Hey friend, Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review, and I'm very excited to babble about Black Swan today. But before I do all that, as always, I ask you to like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because that's kind of what we do. We talk about music and bands that we love. I babble a lot. People join in the conversation, and we have a good old time. And so hopefully that's what you're into, and that's what you stopped by for, because that's what we're about to do. This is the one I've been waiting for, for quite a while now. I don't know what was going on with this release. It seems like I pushed it back a couple weeks. I think it was supposed to come back out about 2 weeks ago. I was all excited about it, and then nothing happened. Then it got pushed back a week, and still nothing happened. They released like an EP of it, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I didn't listen to it. I didn't want to spoil the fun. Black Swan, was this their third? I can't remember. I think this is their third. Boy, I should have looked into this, but anyway. The band itself features one of my favorite singers, of this style and this era, is Robin McAuley, and then the rest of the band is rounded out by Reb Beach on guitar and Jeff Pilson on bass, and Matt Starr on drums on this one. Matt Starr is kind of new to me as far as, stuff he's been involved with. I think Mr. Big was where I came to know him. He's been involved in some other projects and stuff that this Frontiers album tends to do. This is kind of one of those super groups that they put together a few years ago, and really enjoyed the first album a lot. Robin McAuley is just one of these guys that when I first heard him with Michael Schenker in the McAuley Schenker group, just instantly grabbed my ear. I loved all the albums he did with Michael Schenker. Michael Schenker is one of my favorite guitar players of all time, so when they were together making that music, I loved everything they did. I just got that whole box set. I wasn't going to do it, but I ended up getting it anyway. And then this was coming out. Robin just actually came with an album, solo album again, I think last year. He's been singing with Michael on some of his more recent stuff in recent years. I don't think he did the last one, but some of the live stuff, and that one where he had a bunch of guest vocals. I always forget the album titles, but anyway, so he's been more active in the past 6-7 years than he has been in the past 20 years. So that's really super cool that he's doing stuff again. Don't know why he wasn't or what was going on there. I kind of either just lost track or just wasn't doing a lot. I don't know. But Pilson's super involved in Foreigner and all that, and Reb Beach has been involved with Winger back up and running again, and the White Snake thing. So they've been around, but Robin not so much. So I was really happy when that first one came out. So anyway, very excited to get this one. I mean, there wasn't anything on here, I'll be honest, there wasn't anything on here that was super shocking or surprising. It was exactly what I wanted. Not disappointed at all that it wasn't anything shocking or surprising, because this is exactly what I wanted it to be, and loved it. I actually enjoyed every single song on here. Only one I would consider slightly weak, and that was actually track number 3, Different Kind of Woman. That style, it's kind of that, I don't know, I wouldn't say boogie woogie, but it's got more of that bouncy blues rock type thing that, I don't know, take it or leave it, but it was still a decent song. The first 2 songs on here, When the Wind Blows and The Death of Me, just those rockers with a catchy chorus and Robin's instantly recognizable voice. The only thing I can say is the riffs and the songs, weren't super identifiable with Reb. I mean, with Winger, for me, Reb's got a very identifiable style of guitar playing. I didn't really catch much of that on this. Of course, Jeff and Matt did a great job in the rhythm section there, but the guitar playing is great. When it comes to the solos, you can tell it's Reb. Reb has a very unique sound, and I like it when guitar players actually have a sound of their own and a style, and you can hear that in the playing here in the leads. And if you're a guitar player and you've ever watched Reb play, I think part of his sound comes to the fact he uses mainly just 3 fingers a lot. He doesn't use his pinky a whole lot, especially in his leads. And I can't play like that at all. I have to use my pinky, and he just does it very easily without hardly ever using his pinky. I mean, it's not like he never does, but the majority of the time he's just using 3 fingers for a lot of stuff where I would use all 4. So I I tend to believe that adds a lot to his sound and his style, and you know, that's just that. So, but as far as like the songs themselves, like I said, those were the first ones. For me, probably like the highlights, like were Shakedown. I thought was really good. I'm Ready. I thought was great, and the title track, Paralyzed, I think were just really good songs, super strong. If these were songs that came out back in the heyday of this style of music, this band I think would have been huge. Obviously we're decades past that, so if you're a fan of this style of music, and you know, back in the day, they say, I guess there's research has been done that they say the type of music we grew up listening to in our late teens, and that's what we like grew up in those years, that's what we're always going to like the most. You know, we can grow and we can expand our horizons, but most studies have shown, I can't even tell you where to find these or where I read it, but I know I read it somewhere that said, so you just have to fact check me on this and find out where the study was done or what it was, because I cannot remember off the top of my head. There's no way. But they said that's the style of music we listen to, or whatever we listen to then is what we're always going to really enjoy the most for the rest of our lives. So if you're in that category, you're going to really like those songs in particular, or you like the whole album, you're going to like those songs. You know, it's got, the album overall has hard rock, like very hard rock. It's more on the harder edge of, you know, that style. I don't want to call it I don't like calling things hair metal, but you know when I say it, you know what I'm talking about. Although it's the harder edge, but it's got very strong, catchy hooks in it without being cheesy, and that's kind of what I like. I think this actually, for Robin, is better, like vocally for him, the style and this band in particular is actually better than a solo album as far as the songs go. So I really enjoy what this band has done. You know, like the Fire and the Flames got that kind of that galloping type style, you know, feel to it. The verse is a little bit more chill, but then when the chorus kicks in, it just has that cool, you know, like the Maiden has that gallopy type sound to it. It has a little bit of that going on. I like I said, different kind of woman's got that boogie woogie type thing. For me, that's what I call it. Of course, it's got the ballad on here, I'm Ready. It's not super cliche filled like you hear with, you know, Love from Above type stuff. It's actually got a little bit harder edge to it, but it's still, it's the hair metal ballad that I think, you know, bands of this genre, you know, like to write and we like to listen to. So no complaints there. Actually really enjoy it when they break things up a little bit. I like hard rock, but you know, I don't mind when they break it up with a cool ballad or something in there anyway. So anyway, my quick little rundown of this one. I'm actually got a few albums this week, and it's been very difficult for me to figure out which ones I want to do reviews on. So I'm probably going to do, I only do a couple a week usually, so I'm probably going to do more than that, because there's a couple more here I really enjoyed, and I still haven't even finished listening to everything. I got one gigantic box set that it's going to take me a while, so I've been kind of listening to these other ones throughout the day. I got them, a couple of them are early, so I was listening to them yesterday, which is always nice when I get music early. I freaking love that. So anyway, really super enjoyed this one. This is the first one I dug into. Just I couldn't wait. This is one of the ones I got early, and man, I can't say enough good about it. I really like this Frontiers label. Most of the stuff they put out is pretty good. Every now and then there's a little bit of whatever, plain Jane stuff. Nothing I really hate, but there's been a couple that have been like, whatever. But this is not one of those. This is one of the ones that, especially it's like a project they put together that worked really well. There's been a couple that I wish would make some more music. There's one with Ted Poley and Steve Brown that I can't think what it's called, Tokyo Motor Fist, I think it was called. I haven't heard anything from in a while. So when they work really good, and this is one of the ones that worked really good. So very happy with it. You know, can't say enough good about it. So make sure you put in your 2 cents. What do you guys think of this? Obviously, I liked it because I've said it several times now. And if you think it's cool, let us know. If you don't think it's cool, let us know. It's all just opinion anyway. It's all music is. Either we like it or we don't. So it's really all it boils down to. If we like it, we like it. If we don't, we don't. There's no right, no wrong, but if you're into this style of music, I think you're going to like it. I mean, tell me what you think. And until next time, we will see you.